So thank you so much, Joe, for having us here today. Thank you, the Singapore Chamber of Commerce, for having us as well. So hi, everybody. My name is Beverly, and today I'll be sharing on increasing workplace productivity by reducing stress. So before I go on into, Before I go on into the content today, I'll first like to share a bit more about myself. So I'm Beverly. I am the Chief Marketing Officer and also one of the co-founders of Frankie. So the other co-founders that's together with me is Desmond and Ty. A bit about Frankie. Frankie, we are a mental health app with the simple vision of doing one small task a day to better your mental health. So with Frankie, the reason that we started it was because we noticed three main problems in the healthcare space. People were afraid to seek a mental healthcare help because of cost and fear of cost, lack of treatment availability, and then also the biggest issue of it all, the fear of stigma. So with Frankie, we wanted to put the focus on preventative mental health care and wellness. We wanted to enable everyone with the tools and resources to self-regulate and lead happier and healthier lives. So the way we do that is through two main things, content and also wellness journeys. Our users go on wellness journeys, which the idea is simple. They do one small task a day to better their mental health. And then should they require further support, Frankie also offers our users the option to check in with a medical healthcare professional over a teleconsultation. So that's a bit on Frankie. Before doing Frankie, I was actually also one of the founders of a dating platform. So my passion has always been in community building and bringing people together. I believe mental health care is also all about that. I believe that mental health care is about community building, and my passion from dating translated to the mental health care space. Yeah, so that's a bit more on my journey. Did you guys know that globally 300 million people suffer from depression? So I think in the Zoom room now, there's around like 20 of us. So that means like in this Zoom itself, statistically, 3 out of everyone here suffers from depression. So that's a really, really big number. And how does that actually translate to workplace impacts? So depression costs employers $51 billion globally. This is due to a variety of reasons, with the main one being lost productivity. And did you guys also know that stress causes 120,000 deaths in the US, just workplace stress alone? So stress is something that, it's felt by everyone. And the important thing is really knowing how to identify it and how to deal with it. So, stress is the body's reaction to a change that requires a physical, mental, or emotional adjustment or response. So, like I mentioned, right, every one of us faces stress, regardless of where you are in your life right now. Stress is a daily part of everyone's life. So, the important thing is to really know how to first identify when you're feeling stressed, and then also knowing how to self-regulate and treat that stress because if not treated well, stress can then lead to some negative implications. So I think at this point you guys would be wondering, is all stress bad? So actually, stress can bring about both positive and negative implications in the workplace. There are two kinds of stress: eustress and distress. Distress, sorry. So the good kind of stress, the healthy kind of stress, is eustress. So eustress actually gives you a sense of fulfillment and positive feelings. It is what drives you to do better. It is what motivates you to continue putting in your best at work. However, on the flip side, there's distress. So this is the bad one. This is a stress that it's a severe strain resulting from perhaps exhaustion or an accident. So when one is in distress, they don't perform at optimal ability. They start losing focus. They perhaps suffer from burnout, and then they don't perform to the best of their abilities. There is actually a study done on stress itself, and it follows a normal distribution curve actually. So if you see on this graph, if you chart behavior efficiency over the level of stress, when one experiences too little stress on the left-hand side, it is also counted as distress. And over here, there's impaired attention, boredom, confusion, and also apathy. On the flip side, if you experience too much stress, it is distress also. And if you end up here, you are likely to perhaps result in burnout, you lose motivation, you don't really, you lose excitement in life in general. So what we want to try to do is to end up at that sweet spot, positive stress, the eustress part, where stimulation and motivation are at its peak. So how we do that, we'll get there shortly in the subsequent slides. But yeah, I just wanted to share a brief framework with you guys. So this is how one experiences stress. On the left-hand side, you see the sources in which you can experience stress. So the main pillars are environmental factors, organizational factors, and also individual factors. For environmental factors, it might come into form of economic uncertainty, political uncertainty, and also technological uncertainty. I think right now, a lot of us are experiencing environmental factors with COVID. We're all going through the same level of uncertainty. And then with regards to keeping it in the workplace, there are organizational factors like the role demand, organizational structure, leadership, organizational life stages, etc. And then if we look at it on an individual level, you can experience stress also through family problems, economic problems at home, and various other individual stresses. So based on all these sources, you experience stress. And what differentiates one from another's experience of stress can be perception and also special support, whether you have more support than your friend, etc. And then at the core of it is also the locus of control. And when you experience that stress, how it finally accumulates and shows itself also can be segmented into three main forms. There are psychological symptoms, behavioral ones, and yeah. So one can experience things like headaches, and it can even go as extreme as heart disease. As you guys see in the first few slides, right, stress can actually lead to death. And with regards to work, stress can affect productivity, employers will be more absent, and then also things like a high turnover rate. So now let's go deeper into unpacking stress. So if in the context of a workplace, what causes stress at work? So maybe if you guys, I want to keep this as interactive and casual as possible. So if you guys could share with me some of the things that cause you stress at work in the chat box on the Zoom function. Okay, so for me, what causes stress at work, I guess is a few things. I guess few things that people always jump back to is workload. When you don't manage that workload well, that causes stress to the individual as well, right? So I see now on the chat function, some people are commenting. Thank you for that. So now I'd like to outline the main work-related stresses that we all face. So at work, it boils down to four main things that causes stress to employees. So first is organizational culture. A positive work environment is more likely to lead to benefits for employers, employees, and everyone involved. So the second one is the lack of support. If employees don't feel supported, they will naturally become more disconnected and also less productive. Third is bad management practices. So an ineffective management can lead to high staff turnover rates and also negative attitudes in the workplace. Lastly, it's job content and demands. So if the workload is too high, right, if you overwork your employees, it can unnecessarily raise stress levels and cause, again, distress. So did you guys know that workload or perhaps overworking is the main cause of stress for 39% of workers? And a survey done by Gallup actually found that 14% of workers want to punch their colleagues. So I don't know how much you guys relate to this, but yeah, a survey conducted by Gallup revealed that although they didn't end up crossing the line, 14% of workers actually thought about hitting their co-workers due to stress. So the effects of stress can amount to something like that. So it's something that we should really try to regulate and take note of. Company culture is one of the prevailing causes of stress as well. So a study done with HR professionals across 20 different fields found that 45% of HR professionals believed that their organizational culture caused stress to their employees. So how do you react to stress? Different people react to stress differently. Stress comes out in various forms and ways. So for myself personally, stress comes in the form of headaches. When I overwork myself, headaches will come, and then that's where I know that I need to take a step back and reevaluate, my timetable and find a way to effectively deal with that stress. Some of the symptoms of work-related stresses fall into these three main categories. There are physical symptoms, psychological symptoms, and also behavioral symptoms. For physical symptoms, if you are very stressed, it can show in feeling extremely tired, extremely fatigued. You might have trouble sleeping, your stomach might get upset, your muscles might feel tense, and for myself, it's headaches. For psychological symptoms, it can lead to things like depression, anxiety, irritability, difficulty concentrating, and also feeling extremely overwhelmed. For behavioral symptoms, stress can lead to increased number of sick days, aggression, drop in work performance, impatient, and also wanting to isolate yourself from everybody else. So, more than 69% of workers feel fatigued at work. So this number is quite high, means that almost 70% of people are tired at work. And when you're tired, you don't perform your best. This obviously affects motivation and also productivity. 75% of people have felt burnt out at work. This has doubled from March 2020 to April 2020. And why should this matter to you? So employees feel 70% of professionals feel that their employers do not do enough to prevent or lessen burnout. So this is extremely important for corporates, for employers to note, because employees experiencing burnout are 63% more likely to call in sick, and employees who are burnt out are 2.6 times as likely to be looking for a new job. So when they call in sick, obviously there's loss in productivity there, loss in motivation, and then it has various outcomes for your company. So now what? So now that we have gone through what causes stress and the impact of stress, now how do we actually manage that stress and use that to achieve URES? So we go back to the model that we discussed earlier. To be in the optimal level, right? It boils down to three main things: focused attention, emotional balance, and also rational thinking. So I'll go through each of them one by one and then share some strategies as to how we implement each of these factors in our workplace to achieve optimum results. So with focused attention, I have two tips for you guys here today. First is to set a standardized week. Second is the 3 tasks a day method. So I implement these two methods into my daily life at work, and these are the two methods which I found really helped me. So for a standardized week, how you maximize efficiency, one tip is to segment your week into various pillars. So for myself at Frankie, Mondays are for admin and staff meetings. Over here on Mondays as well, I settle all the administrative details and also meet with all my staff. For Tuesdays, it's dedicated to sales calls. I'll go down and meet our partners. I'll speak to them. I'll follow up with them. For Wednesdays, it's a day dedicated to following up. So over here, again, I will follow up with all our partners, our investors, and then also our staff. Thursday is another day for sales call. And for Friday, I dedicate it to planning. So Friday I plan, and then over the weekend, I have some time to ruminate and think about it. And back on Monday, I'll be fresh, ready to start the week again. So that's how I organize my week. And the second the second method that I'd like to introduce you guys to is the 3 main tasks a day. I think for many of us, sometimes when we write our to-do list, right, when it goes like really, really long, when you have 11 points on there, you lose motivation to want to do anything at all. You feel like crippled by that immense amount of workload. But the trick is to really just focus on 3 tasks. So what I will do is list down all the tasks you need to do a day before. Then you prioritize them according to importance, starting with the most difficult task. So you just focus on completing the 3 main tasks. And then after that, after completing them, remember to reward yourself after you have completed it. So for me, reward comes in a chocolate bar every day. I know it's a bit unhealthy, but I try my best. Some days I do a healthy snack, but most of the days when I complete like 3 big tasks, I treat myself to a chocolate bar. So the next point is emotional balance. I have 3 tips again for you guys. So at Frankie, these are the 3 things that we do to help everyone at Frankie achieve emotional balance. The first thing is time off. So at Frankie, we abide by a 4 days work week with Fridays off. We believe that, everyone should be given the space and time to relax and do the things and pursue things outside of work. So we strongly believe in a 4 days work week. The second is weekly check-ins. We make it a point to do individualized check-ins with all our staff weekly. So during our weekly check-ins, we go through how our staff are feeling, the workload, also what are the goals that they want to achieve. And we do our best to help promote those goals for them. And then the third thing is annual leave. So at Frankie, we have a 20 days off annual leave policy. So these 3 things are what we do to help everyone achieve emotional balance. The next point, rational thinking. At Frankie, we do it through these 3 things. So first is weekly open tables. Every week, we gather everyone together, and people, when everyone at Frankie come here together, it's a free sharing and proposal of ideas. So throughout the week, if any one of us have certain ideas, certain feedback on the projects that are working, we'll note that down. And during our weekly open tables, everyone will be given 10 minutes to come on board and then share their ideas, talk about what worked, what didn't, and also propose new ideas that have been on their mind. So second, there's goal setting. For this, we co-set goals together with our employees and do monthly reviews of our KPIs together with their managers. And third, we do it through mentors. We try to always get external mentors in various fields to come in and give talks to everyone at Frankie. So this provides a good external perspective from these external mentors to help everyone, broaden their worldview and think about things that perhaps we didn't notice or see at the start. So yeah, I'd like to end off by sharing that in a nutshell, healthier employees equals to happier employees equals to increased productivity, and an increased productivity will lead to a more thriving business. So I'll just also sorry for that formatting issue, but I'll just like to share that Frankie is piloting our corporate programs now, and then we are doing a free pilot test for the first 10 companies who sign up. So if any of you guys here are interested to sign up, the QR code, just scan the QR code, it'll lead you to an Airtable form and fill in the details and we'll get back to you. So the first 10 corporates who sign up get a free pilot test. So for our corporate programs, we design special programs according to your company size and company needs to help everyone at your company best manage stress. So you get access to the Frankie application. Your employees get to go on wellness journeys on Frankie. And then we also host special sharings, talks for your company. So if you guys are interested, scan the QR code over there and fill out the form. Yeah, so with this, I come to the end of my sharing. Thank you so much again, Joe, and for giving me the opportunity to share with you guys more. And if you guys are interested in connecting further, you can reach me at Frankie's LinkedIn, Instagram, or if you guys want, you can just WhatsApp me straight lah. Thank you so much, and I hope this has been a useful sharing for you guys. See you again for the second installment, I think in 2 weeks' time. I think for now, if anyone has any questions for me, I would love to address them.
Happy National Day, Singapore.
Don't go yet. We are not done yet. Let me invite you to the world of SCCI. Remember to attend our Monday website creation class, Wednesday our market outlook on trading and investment networking, and Friday our CEO mega networking and business presentation event. Lastly, let me share with you. Welcome to the world of SCCI Digital TV. Watch and chat with friends on the latest news in SCCI YouTube or Facebook channel. We showcase guest speaker seminar at 2 p.m. daily. Get to know our SCCI official members at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. daily. Wait no more, subscribe to SCCI YouTube and Facebook Digital TV channel now. If you are a business owner, start selling your products through SCCI platforms.
Interested in stock and forex market movement? Want to hear from experts where the market is heading? Every night at 9 p.m. Bringing you market outlook for the week. Available in SCCI Live Digital TV channel in YouTube and Facebook. Need help to reach out to more customers? Want to increase your sales revenue? Singapore Chamber of Commerce and Industry can help you with your advertising needs through Facebook and Google marketing, YouTube and TikTok campaigns advertising, sales video production, live stream sales, website building and e-commerce advertising. Reach more customers and get more sales now. Make an appointment now through WhatsApp or click on the link below. Singapore first integrated social and business platform is here. Chat online marketplace. Everyone is chatting in chat. Connect with new friends around the world. Sharing opportunities and moments. Know what happened around the world. No more prank calls or targeted advertisements. Your personal data privacy is protected against remarketing. Download Chat Online Marketplace now. Singapore first integrated social and business platform. Available in Apple stores and Play Store. Want to build a website or an e-commerce store? SCCI Website Builder is the solution. SCCI Website Builder help you to easily build a professional website with a low cost. There is also SEO and marketing functions to promote your website. What if you face an issue? Our customer support will be there to help you. Wait no more, contact us to get your trial account and start creating your website.